Try again. And then we were able to get it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda, Program Director here at the Milford Senior Center in Connecticut. And this morning, you're tuning into Yoga with Dee. Have a great class, and remember a few house rules. Make sure you're wearing clothes you can move in safely, and that the space you have yoga does not have any trip hazards.
Use props. I have brought my belt, but if you do not have a belt, you can use a tie, connect your husband's necktie. You can use a towel or a box. You can probably use a book or something that will give you some. Okay, so we will use those during today's class. So let's come to dinner call. There's no work for any type of body. Back them to your body, as I said. It helps us to maintain and control muscle tightness and also to calm the mind. It only is a way to start your day. Let's begin. So come to sit, elbows close to the side body, and you're going to close your eyes. Take a moment, noticing where you're holding any tension or tightness. Become still. What are you feeling this moment? How are you feeling? Acknowledge and accept whatever may be present. Start to notice your breathing. You want the breath to be smooth, quiet, and even. Set an intention for coming today. Someone or something that inspires you. And again, inhale a full deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly lower your chin to your chest. Open your eyes and breathe. I'm going to slide slightly forward on the front edge of my chair, planting my feet firmly down, lifting the torso to all height. I'm going to take the arms up. I'm going to turn the palms up and draw the arms over my head. Arms come down, chest level, shoulders in. Out to the side. Turn it above head. Forward. Side. Above head. Shoulders down, energy through the fingertips, and ease into an easy side stretch. You can open the palms wide if that's near for your shoulders, or you can draw the palms closer together. We're going to come back to center, and we're going to go off to the other side. Don't let that rear shoulder come forward, draw it back. Remember, open. Back to center. Turn the palms forward, lower the arms onto the knees. A little seated cat and cow. I'm going to breathe in, press my chest forward, draw my shoulder blades together, lift my chin. As I exhale, I'm going to round my back like a little angry cat. Chin rolls to the chest, navel draws in, the tail round into the chest. Tune into your spine. Notice where you feel a little tightness this morning. It's a wonderful way to loosen up that tight, stiff spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Sit tall. Let's circle the upper body, moving to the side, and forward, off to the other side. Continuous movement. Make the movement smooth, not jagged. Let your head drop and lift. Adapt the movements to your body. Don't make your body try to adapt to the movement. I'm going to work my way back to that tall spine. Take a moment to adjust. Now let's go the opposite side. I'm just going to start with a small circle, like I'm testing the head. Get as much of your torso into that movement. Come back to center. You can see inhalation. Through the nose. Exhale through the nose. You can inhale. Exhale. More inhale. And exhale. Nice. And so we're going to come into cobbler's pose. Chair, we open the feet as well as the hips. Or seated on the mat a little differently. Soles of the feet are together and thighs turn outward. So just come into your little cobbler. Sit tall. And let's drop the chin to the chest. We're going to do a little neck circle. So roll your left here. Look up. Opposite and look down. Move slowly. If you find that there's any stiffness in your neck or a little arthritic problem, pretend that your nose is a pencil and draw tiny circles. All about adapting the asanas or poses to you. We're going to reverse the direction, chin to the chest. Come back to center. We're just going to do an easy forward bend. If you're sitting on your mat, you're in your little cobbler's pose, soles of the feet together, and thighs turned outward. Again, hips might be a little tight yet this morning. Don't hold it. If you do have a block or even a pillow, maybe you want to sit on that block or that pillow. Get your pelvis, a little lift to the pelvis. So then now the knees can drop down a little further and they're not held up high where you cause tension. So we're in our little cobbler's pose. We're going to sit nice and tall. And then we're going to tilt forward and just gaze down at our toes. Your intention someday is to maybe get your nose to your toes. And maybe that's an intention that will never happen, and that's fine. Forward again. And slowly rise up. Take your hands to your outer thighs, draw your knees up. We're going to come to our table position. So if you are working on your mat, remember that you are going to into hands and knees. I always like to start with my fingertips first and then press through the palms of the hands, keeping a lot of pressure off the wrist joints. Move those knees back far enough. Remember, it's table position. Your shoulders should be over your wrists and your knees should be underneath your hips. In our little table position. Now from here, we're going to start to stretch the legs a little bit this morning. If you are working with your chair, you You turn that chair around, plant your palms, and walk away. And extend the back leg behind the heel back and down. The heel does not have to get to the mat. We're stretching the back of the leg. Don't collapse down. Keep the chest lifted. Long line from the heel to the crown of your head. There. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the opposite leg. So I have to step in with the back leg. Front leg comes out. Bring all 4 toes, pressing down. Feel that wonderful stretch. Don't let your heel come to the side. You're not going to get a stretch in the calf. Hide that heel directly behind the toes. Heel lines up directly behind the toes. Press down, chest lifted. Remember, slow, quiet, even breathing. We're back to all fours position, our hands and knees. We're going to bring front knee into the belly and extend the leg back. In, extend it back, extend, and in. Now I'm going to bring it in, but this time I'm going to come into that little higher pose, just opening it out to the side. And let's start to circle. I'm circling the hip. I'm not just circling the leg, but the hip. Circle leg. One direction, and then the other direction. And then we'll release. Take a moment to adjust. Now we have to do the opposite side. You can turn your chair around. If you're in all fours, back into your table position. And you're going to bring that knee in towards your nose. Extend the leg back into the nose. Extend into the nose. Extend. Flex that foot. In. Straight. In. Straight. You're going to bring it in. Hydrant pose. Lift it up. And then as large as you want. And release. Let's come to our child's pose. Remember, we move our hips back to the heels. I like my knees wide, toes together, hips to heels. Lower the chest. Stack your forearms. Rest your forehead on your knee. Find them with your forehead resting on the mat. And you can roll your forehead side to side to massage your forehead if the forehead is on the mat. Working with your chair, your particular child's pose. Remember, sit at the front edge of the chair. Come forward. Heart above, head above your heart. Head below your heart. Ribs on your thighs, head breathing. Place your hands on your knees and slowly come up to sit. So we're going to come back into our table position once more. Little all fours position. And what we're going to do is once more bring that knee in. Come into your hydra pose. Straighten the leg and plant the leg on the floor. We'll step in a little bit closer to the chair so I feel stable, so that I can slowly rise up. And so now I'm in the gate position. Arms come over my shoulders. Arm comes down to the straight leg and reaching up. I'm going to come back up to level position. I'm going to glide in towards the chair, plant the palm on the chair, and bring the opposite arm up. I'm extending away from the straight leg. Long line from this outer heel, through the side body, energy through the fingertips. I'm going to plant my hands down, ease back in, draw the legs together, come back into child's pose, sitting, and into whatever position of the child's pose that you want to adapt for your body. If you are working on the mat, you're in your all fours position. Knee comes in, knee lifts, leg extends, and you plant the leg. Slide the hands in, come up. Arms over your shoulders. Lean towards the straight leg first. With the palm facing up, you want to push into the knee joint. Reach. Now you're going to stretch away. Down. If your fingertips don't want to reach the mat, this is where you can use your block. So the position, gate pose, or Virgasana, you have your block, high edge. Those of you that are little professors in the yoga asanas, they want to try a balance. Move the arm or the block further away. You can shift your weight onto that leg, and that opposite straight leg comes up, and you try balancing. And then you might want to add on by bending that knee, holding onto the ankle, and opening your heart. Many degrees of the pose and many variations. Take the hands down. Now we're back into child's pose, hips to heels, stacking forearms, forehead to forearms, or hands behind you, and forearms on forehead on the mat. Come back to your hands and knees. I'm going to work with the chair once more. My chair, folks. Going back to my little all fours position. Remember, fingers spread, palms pressing down. So leg with the chair. Remember, we walk arms distance away so that the palms are on this chair. Open your feet. I like a wide dog. I don't like a narrow dog. Look at both feet are hip width or wider. Knees are bent. Chest pressing to the thighs. Shoulders rolling outward, head dropping down. You can alternate straightening one knee and then the other. Into your hands, ease your knees, walk in, and stand up. If you are working on your mat, same situation. Hands and knees, tabletop position, all fours. Toes curled under, hips back, elbows straight. Externally roll those shoulders out. Grip the mat with the pads of your fingertips. Lift the shins. Get that weight back in the legs. Now slowly press your chest towards your thighs as you lift your sit bones higher into the air. You don't have to straighten your legs. If you feel that you can straighten your legs, straighten your legs. Chest to your thighs. Sit bones to the sky. Maybe your heels are touched and maybe they won't touch. And relax. Even quiet breathing. Look to your hands. Ease your knees. Walk to your hands. And slowly rise up. Tadasana. Rock forward and back, just judging and distributing the weight evenly. Look side to side movement. And then feel like I'm gripping a pencil with my toes to keep the arches lifting. And feel the thighs contracting by lifting the kneecaps, lengthening up through the torso, head free. Yes. Good morning. So we're going to work a little bit shoulders right now. I want you to sweep the arms out to the side, take them over your head, bring your palms together, interlace your fingers, reverse the palms, and press up to the side. A little bit of backward bending, and that's just in the arm and the head and the shoulders. Tiny little upward backward. Release the arms, reach behind you or out to the side. Leave behind you, big circle around and over your head, palms together and hands to your heart. That's the whole entire sequence. Sweep the arms over your head, hold up the sky. A little backward bending in your shoulders, remember? Head, arms. Release the arms, press them back. Sweep them forward, leading with you. Feel that opening through the shoulders. We'll do that just a few more times. It feels really good. Maybe go a little bit faster. Arms around. Interlace, reverse. Release. Come forward. Sweep back. Arms up. Namaste. Once more. Arms around. Interlace, reverse. Release. Release the palms. Sweep them back. Palms touch. How do you feel? Open. Back. We're back into our mountain pose. We're going to come into active mountain. Remember, active mountain is just raising the arms over the shoulders. The arms close firmly into the shoulder sockets. Reach upward. Urdhva Hastasana. Yes. I'm going to bend the right elbow, placing the hand at the center of my back. And then I'm going to bend the left elbow, and I'm going to cross my wrist, placing that hand from the wrist across. Try not to lean forward and drop the head down. You want to press the head against the wrists, opening the shoulders, the arms. It's a good way to, again, to control your posture. Slow, quiet, even breaths. And release the arms to your side. We're back into balance and alignment. I'm going to sweep the arms around and over my head. Arms are going to touch. And then I'm going to open the arms to shoulder height and come into wide leg. Draw the elbows back so that you're not rounding forward and you're drawing the shoulder blades together and opening the chest. So flat back, little forward bend, maybe a third of the way this morning. Maybe halfway. Or maybe a little deeper. Now remember, when you come into that forward bend, we don't want your hips to be way behind your heels. You want those hips way behind the heels. You want to shift the weight forward towards the toes. You want an alignment from your heels right up to your sit bones, a nice straight line. And so you might find that not going to 90 degrees would help you stay into that proper alignment rather than pushing back when you go into a deeper forward fold. Remember, you're adapting the pose to fit you. So we're here, or we're here, or we're here. Slow, even, quiet breath. Palms to my thighs, bend my knees, stretch, straighten into the legs, and stand up. Now we're staying in this wide-legged stance, but I'm going to bring both hands over onto that thigh. Opposite leg is straight. I'm rolling to the little toe side of that foot to get a wonderful stretch on the inside of that leg. Yes. I'm going to straighten both legs. I'm going to go off to the other side, bending that knee. Both hands to the thigh, chest lifted. And straighten. I'm going to heel and toe my feet back together. Feet can be together. Remember, moms and big toes touch and heels a little spacious or parallel. Whatever feels best for you. Get nice and tall, relax your shoulders, you're back into mountain pose, Tadasana. And so once more, arms come over the head, palms touch, inhaling the breath. As I exhale, I'm going to step to this side of my mat, wide-legged stance. I'm going to turn that leg at a hip about 90 degrees, and I'm going to bend that knee, and I'm coming into Warrior Two. Warrior Two is wonderful to open the hips as well. Standing pose. I'm going to come back to center, straightening the legs, turning the feet parallel, bring the arms down, and then heel and toeing or deep breath in. Step now to the opposite side. 90-degree turn out with that hip. Back heel turns in, back foot turns in, front knee flexion. Straighten. Feet parallel, relax the hands, heel and toe your feet together or step them down. You're going to repeat the same thing again. Inhale, bring the arms over your head. Exhale, open up wide. Some of you might want to slide that back foot further away. Coming into a very deep lunge. Straighten, turn the feet parallel, relax the arms, step or walk the feet together. Inhale to the other side, return out, back foot turn in, flex the knee. Remember, I'm not leaning, I'm staying vertical over the hips. Rotate the foot forward, lower the hands, heel and toe back to stand. We're going to add on. Inhale. Warrior Two, you're vertical over the hips, shoulders over the hips. Now, shoulders release, torso release. Arm comes onto the thigh. Back arm comes down and over my head. Side angle pose. I'm not turning into the leg, I'm turning forward. Turn to the side. This is where you can use your block if you want to deepen it. Block to the inside of the foot, plant palm on the block, going deeper into the come up, turn your feet parallel, heel and toe your feet together, back to Tadasana. Inhale, exhale, open wide, that 90-degree turnout, back foot turns in, Warrior Two. Keep the torso, forearm to the thigh, back arm down and around, or use your block inside, Deepening the pose, deepening the lunge. Rise back up. Parallel. Relax your hands. Step or walk your feet back together. Come back to Tadasana. Take a few resting breaths. Nasal breathing, we eat with our mouth, we breathe with our nose. We're going to do a little sun salutation this morning. Use the chair resting on the mat so that the chair does not slide out away from you. And then you're standing and facing the chair. I'm in my mountain pose. I'm going to sweep the arms over the head, reach up. Arms come out to the side, ease my knees, come into my little forward bend, and drop my head. I'm going to step back with my right leg, front knee bends, and I'm going to lift my chest. I can keep the hands on the chair, or I can draw the arms up over my shoulders. I'm going to lower the hands, step the back foot into the front foot, circle the hands behind me into a little modified forward fold. All the way down. Bend the knees for a modified chair. Sweep the arms to the outside of the legs. Reach up. Palms together and hands to my heart. So now we're going to just step out the opposite way. And so we're sweeping the arms around, inhaling and exhaling. Front leg steps back. Side leg bend. Here, chest lifted. Maybe hands here or arms over your head. Take the arms down. Step the feet together. Behind me for a little forward fold. Bend the knees, sit in that chair. Sweep the arms to the outside of your legs. Reach up. Chair. And you wish to do the series on the mat. Same thing. Inhale the arms. Exhale, glide forward. Right leg back, knee, shin, top of the foot to the mat. Onto your fingertips, onto the front thigh, or arms over your head. Lower the arms down. I'm going to curl the back toe under so I can step the back foot to the front. Hands reaching behind me, little forward fold or interlace. Bending the knees, scooping the arms to the outside of the legs, reach up, take a breath in, palms together and hands to the heart. This time I'm going to step back with the left leg once more. Sweep the arms around, fold forward like a little waterfall, drop your head. Left leg lunges back, knee, chin, top of the foot, fingertips, thigh, over your head, lower down, curl the back toe under, step back foot to front, hands behind me, interlaced or separated. Sink into that chair, reach to the outside of the legs, reach up, palms together and hands to the heart. We'll do one more lunge. I'll work this one with the chair once more if you can, as you wish. This helps to build a little more aerobic work for you. Arms around, reach up, fold forward. Remember, like a little waterfall, drop your head. We're lunging with the right leg, the back leg first. Lifting again. Now, you can keep your hands here. You can take your hands to your hips. You can draw the arms up. Lower the arms. Step the feet together, forward bow. Hands can stay on the chair or behind you. Sink into the chair with your knees bent. Keep the arms around. rise up, deep breath in, palms together and hands to. You have to even it up, so left leg working or outside leg. Reach up, little waterfall. Fingertips, hips, arms. Back down, feet together, forward bend. Keep the arms around the outside of the legs, rise up, palms together and hands to your head. Now you can go, depends on how much of an aerobic type of workout you want, building your heart rate a little bit. And again, you adapt the pose for your body. It's all about adapting poses for you. Now, just a little bit of fun for this. Working on sort of a balance type of thing. And if you need, and what I'm going to do is just relax the shoulders and inhale and float the arms up chest. I'm going to feel heaviness in the shoulders and lower the arms down. Inhale, come up again. And exhale, lower. This time I'm going to inhale, come up, and I'm going to keep the right arm lifting because I want to shift the weight onto that leg. And then I'm going to soften this knee a little bit. This arm is just chest level. But this is my supporting side. If I need to, I always have the chair. Now, this toe can stay on the floor, or you can let the foot hover. Or you can even lift the knee. And then you're going to lower the feet. Arms chest level, and go all the way down. So, all in one. Arms, right leg, right arm, left knee down, foot, 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 and down, hands. Very simple. We're going to do the other side. The chair, or not, because we're going to balance on this side. Float the arms up, shoulders relaxed. Float them down. Float them up. Float them down. Float them up. Keep raising that inside arm because that's the leg you're going to support your body with. Soften the right knee. Toe can stay on the mat. I'm reaching sideways with the top arm and reaching forward. Arm at chest level. So maybe the toe will stay there, maybe the foot will hover, or maybe the knee will come down, and so once more. Float. Continue with that. Side arm, soften the knee. Reach up. Higher. I need the chair. And 1, 2, 3. I call it 3-point landing. 1, 2, 3. Shake out a little bit. Very nice. Your chair. Have a little more upper body work that we're going to do. And we're going to do reverse chair, reverse table position, first of all. And my knees are bent and my feet are on the mat. I'm going to bring the hands behind me. Can point. I like to have the fingers maybe facing into my body. And as I press down, I'm not sinking the upper body into the shoulders. I'm using the twist, maybe a half an inch. So I'm pushing strongly into those legs. Not all the weight is in the arms. And I'm coming back down. Reverse chair. Press down with the feet. Press into the hands. Elevate. Use your abdominal muscles. And come down. Reverse plank. I'm just straightening out the legs. Or maybe not. Maybe just slide forward a little bit. Your weight slightly on the legs. Don't collapse into the shoulders. Or I'll squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. And reverse. Lower down. Very simple. Hug one knee in. Release. Hug the other knee in. And release. Now, if you're working on the mat, bent Remember, this is reverse table position. Hands back, shoulder blades together. I want to push into my feet, so get some weight into the feet. Maybe lift the hips a little bit, push into the hands, maybe shoot those knees forward a little bit. Sit. Relax the head. Reverse table. Okay. Take out those wrists. Straighten out the legs. Okay. Palms back again. Lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, float up. Reverse plank. Hug the right knee. Release. Other knee. And release. So there's a little variation of boat pose. Remember, if you're doing boat, you want to sit, knees bent, feet on the mat, clasp the back of your thighs, push into your sit bones, lengthen up through your torso. Now lean back and feel the abdominal muscles catching. Let the abdominals lift. Don't just grip with your legs to lift the legs. Abdominals, torso. And then slowly, maybe you'll take one leg up. And you tap it forward. And then tap it in. Great. In the chair. Same deal. We use our belt or our chair. I don't cheat and you have the chair hold me up to get my legs up. No way. I have to use abdominal torso muscle. Arms here, lean back. A little more difficult really in the chair than sitting on the mat. I find it. And one toe touches. The other toe touches. A little hamstring stretch. And so I'm going to use my tie and my belt. I'm going to loop it around the sole of the foot, and I'm going to straighten the leg. You don't have to take the leg too high. It's around the ball of the foot. And I'm sitting tall, and same leg, same arm, happens to be my right, comes up into the air to keep the length through my torso so that I can revolve and turn and not collapse into my spinal muscle. And deep breath in. Now, as I start to turn, I'm going to lower that arm just slightly below the shoulder. I'm going to twist, and I'm going to look at that backhand. Now, I'm keeping the leg close to the bent leg, to my midline, and I'm twisting through the torso. I'm going to come back to center. Hold the tie in both hands, and maybe lift the leg a little higher to increase the stretch in the back of the thigh. Don't sink down, sit up tall. So perhaps this is where your leg is going to be today. Don't lock the knee. And breathe, release. And so if we're on the mat, very similar. We're sitting on the mat. We're looping the tie around the sole of the foot. We're straightening the leg. Fine. Go side. So I get a good grip on that tie. Same arm, same leg. Lift that torso. And then slowly, the arm back. Now, here, I can press my elbow into my inner knee, into the inner part of the bent leg, to keep the legs midline. Long twist. Raise the arm up. Come back, hold it in both hands. Lift. And release. A little Tadasana with the belt. I'm going to wrap it up. And we're going to sit in our butterfly pose or our cobbler's pose. So you're sitting at the front edge of the chair with your knees and your feet wide, or sitting with the soles of the feet together and the thighs turned out, like a stance. Deep breath in, and then with a flat back coming forward, and just gazing down the length of my nose towards my toes. Don't squeeze your shoulder blades together, hunching your back and rounding your back. You want the shoulders to draw back and down so that you come with an open heart coming forward. So come to sit again, either on easy pose, cross-legged on your mat, or front edge of the chair. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, the breath slowly begins to come forward. So I may keep my hands on my knees and just extend my spine forward. I may begin to extend the hands and slide them down the legs, chin roll to the chest. Hands come onto your thighs and slowly lift your spine. The part of Shavasana, be like straight out onto your mat like a little sponge. Or you sit at the back edge of your chair, palms facing upward. You of stillness and rhythm. Relax and let go. Lower your chin to your chest. Open your eyes and lift your gaze. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow to your inner light. Namaste. Enjoy. The word enjoy will release stress. As you give joy, you get joy. Thank you. See you next time.